Hello everyone, and welcome to another installment of me showing off some design work. Pardon my froggy voice, I'm a little under the weather, but I'll be better later. Today I'm going to be showing you the early design work that I've been doing for Manhattan. Some of you who have been following this on Nexus know pretty well exactly what I've been working on. For that reason, I will not be attaching the images showing how the original in real life compares to the one that I've been building. But if you open up Google Earth and start looking at it with this video, you will be a little freaked out because it's very similar. This is going to be for a mod that I'm working on with the Jeux or Jeux, depending upon if you want to pronounce the X. It's going to involve Manhattan. It's going to be sort of like a horror thing, Metro 2033 mod. It's pretty good. What you're seeing right now is the design work for Hell's Kitchen. It's going to be a dystopic, futuristic design. Thus all the elevated highways and elevated railways. What you're seeing now is the exterior to the what was the building called? Grand Central Station. Yeah, everything was pretty well duplicated. I even have you can see the packed ice in the harbors. I'm really proud of that, by the way. I figured out how to do those. And the elevated highways, which were all custom built. Everything you're seeing was custom built. It took hours to get this right. Let's see here. You can see the ships. Oh, and I'm really proud of these. I actually built cranes for this mod. You know, shipping cranes. They weren't hard to do. It was just time consuming. Keeping in theme with the dystopic designs, everything is layered in the city, and you will be able to go upwards 3 layers. 3 street layers for the for areas which have been designed as multi-layered. They're only going to be a hand few because, let's face it, this thing just eats up cell load like you would not believe. And you don't see it now, but you'll see it in later designs on where only a small part of this landscape you can actually go to. But this has to do more with the with necessity, because in order to have anything in New York City look realistic, you have to build it back 2 city blocks from where you were actually exploring. And that will be shown in greater detail later on. I also included tunnel entrances and the normal gobbledygook that you want to do for adding interiors, which will not be that bad to create since, well, the overwhelming majority of the time has to be dedicated to building exteriors. Right now I'm loading, here we go, the design work for the Empire State Building. This is so incredibly accurate street plan wise to the real thing. It's wow. It consumed a lot of time. Not the model of the Empire State Building, but just laying out the general road plan for this, because it's all messed up. I don't know what it is with New York City architecture designers, but they can't do straight lines for some weird reason. it just took forever, and then I have all the elevated highways, and I really love the way this turned out. This is also the only cell that I haven't winterized by now, mainly because I had to place like 5,000 icicles under the highways, and I don't want to do that. This cell is the design work for the Brooklyn Bridge arrival area. This one probably took the longest amount of time because of the way the street plans had to be laid out. It is a 1/3 scale replica and spookily accurate. And this is a good one right here, which illustrates more so than what I had to do with the, oh god, the financial district comes next, where I had to push back the actual landscape 2 blocks past the actual exploration zone so that it looks remotely right. And I also did a lot of cosmetic surgery on where buildings went, so it's not entirely accurate to the real thing, but it's pretty close. And I have to admit, when you look at how the harbor turned out with all the ice and everything, it just looks gorgeous. Okay, now if I remember correctly, the financial district is about to come up. And that's the one that I spent so much time on. In fact, it's the one which ate up the most time, and it really burnt me out on the design work. Mainly because if you add up all the buildings that I had to custom make for this mod, you will discover that I created 70 buildings. 70 skyscrapers had to be recreated just for these few cells, which I know doesn't sound like much when you're thinking in design terms, but trust me, if you're here and building these, it's like, ooh, another skyscraper done, ooh, another skyscraper done, ooh, another skyscraper done. And then by the time you hit 70, it's like, oh, there's another skyscraper to build. Now the skyline here is actually very, very accurate to the point where it's creepy. But due to how compact this was, when I say I had to push it back 2 blocks, I mean that you will see 2 blocks of realistic skyscrapers comparatively to the real ones that exist, and they're accurate. Oh, this right here was the one building that I had actually looked forward to building. I built this entire cell just for that one brick building. I was like, gee, Logan, why'd you do that? Oh, they're really quite simple. Because there's going to be a side quest that I have pretty much demanded be included, where those of you who have played New Vegas Bounties know about the gold. Well, that building is actually the Federal Gold Reserve. So there's going to be a sort of John McClane-like quest involved in this, and I'm not going to say more, but it's going to be fun. And this is pretty much all the design work for the financial district. It's of all the cells that I built, this one was the most time consuming, but it looks absolutely gorgeous. This is the last cell that I designed so far. I still have to do the World Trade Center, but it won't take me long. This one's Battery Park. You can see now what took me forever with this one is that due to the way the street plans are laid out in real life, one area I had to go back 2 blocks worth of skyscrapers to have it built, and the other one I had to go back 4 blocks. So there were like 4 blocks of skyscrapers, and I was getting really jaded because it was like, I'm building these and you will never be able to go to them. But yeah, you can see I built the ferry depot and disguised it cleverly. Oh, also the tunnels. The theme for this is that the tunnels, which actually go underneath Battery Park, they sort of started collapsing, and I had a lot of fun laying that out because that was in the initial design, and I was really having fun. And the actual Castle Clinton will be an explorable area. There will be a sort of like survival camp there, and you can go and get supplies. And overall, this came out pretty well. Once again, all the skyscrapers included in this design work are accurate. They're going to be pretty much exact copies of the real thing. I figured out long ago that you could duplicate pretty much any skyscraper using the hotel kits and the BLD05s. But okay, anyway, that was all that I wanted to show you guys. For those of you that have been waiting for new episodes of Blitzkrieg, I'm going to start working on those now. Because this just went to Jeremy for him to look over, so right after he's done appraising whatever he wants to do with it, then I will go back to this. But in the meantime, I'm going to be doing more stuff with LA. So, you kids have a good one. That's all.